But CA Rudramurthy of Vachana Investments is here to talk more about markets. Rudra can spot shorting ideas as well as long ideas on the same screen with equal ease and can shift from being bullish to bearish very quickly. That's what traders are supposed to do. But Rudra, right now, what is your frame of mind? Bullish or cautious?
Ajay ji, definitely cautious because we have already seen a very swift move from 19,200 to now levels closer to 20,000. No doubt at index levels still we might be left out with some more steam, but I don't want to play the last 5-10% kind of a move on index on the long side. Rather, it is better to be cautious, but I don't suggest you any shorting because I don't find any trigger for market to come down. We need a trigger just because valuations are expensive or just because we are expecting inflation and yields which are at higher levels to just further continue up. These cannot be reason for a short-term down move. I don't know what the trigger can be. Is it crude oil prices moving up? Is it something to do with Fed in terms of interest rate? I don't know, but let us wait for that trigger before we go short. But I'm very cautious on market, especially on mid and small cap. But however, you have specific ideas where you have to remain long and wait for market to tell you that I want to come down. Let the trigger come and then go short, or else I will remain cautious and definitely have a waiting period to see the trigger before I go short.
Okay, so that's a cautious view coming in, Rudra. But what about the stock-specific recommendations? Are you suggesting a long or a short on any of the names specifically?
I'm still on the long side only when it comes to stock specific call, and lot of stocks, especially PSUs, are doing fabulous. Now banks have started moving up from PSU basket. So I like lot of counters in PSU banks also, like Canara Bank, SBI, Bank of Baroda, all of these available in even in F&O. But stock specific based on today's move, I like to initiate long positions in Piramal Enterprise. Look at the open interest built up today as well as price volume action, both in terms of delivery based buying as well as in futures. Open interest addition has been seen on the positive side. So for me, PEL looks very strong. It has given a breakout above levels of 1115 today. So a close above 1115 is very positive. Looking at a positional buy call on Piramal Enterprise for a target of 1200 with a strict stop loss of 1110 on a closing basis. Even for me, Container Corp looks very strong, and today again this stock has seen a big move with open interest addition in F&O, and lot of new long positions have been built in Concor. So for me, Concor looks a buy at current level. Both stocks are available in F&O. So Concor is a buy for an initial target of 718 with a strict stop loss of 715. Both available in future, and both have given a fresh up move today with a clear breakout.
Okay, Rudra, let's talk about some of the specific spaces. You're talking about caution in the market, but railway stocks, power stocks, REC, PFC, they all continue to rally. What would be your recommendation to people who are holding this? Are there higher levels coming, wait buy, or just book profits?
No, for me, it all depends on one, what is your time frame, and two, where have you entered this stock? See, no doubt REC and PFC were my two favorite stocks which was available in F&O, and I saw it from levels of 120, 130, both more or less from those levels have in fact not doubled but even surpassed it. An F&O stock doubling in less than 6 months, what more you want? But I'm not suggesting short in PFC and REC, but I'm only trying to tell you already the big move has happened. Entering now is not a good risk reward trade, and even for an investor, unless your time period is next another 5 years from current level, I don't see much up move left in these stocks from current level. If I have, I will either hold them or I will look at least partially booking profit even if I am an investor in these counter, but no shorting whatsoever. If you see even railway stocks, the same story. Power stocks, the same story, but you have to be very selective there. Might be in power sector, for example, stocks like NTPC still has some value left out. Even on chart, it looks good for me. Above 230 levels, it is sustaining very well. And if I have to pick one more, Tata Power is another stock which looks very good for me. So you have to be very selective in this area. But however, I feel personally that these are areas where already big move has happened, and I would definitely suggest at least partial profit book booking, if not full profit booking, and no shorting any of these counter whatsoever. But you have to find good stocks like, as I mentioned, Power Finance Corporation, REC and all were very good at 120, 130 levels, not after 150% up move. So I will be cautious in these areas and I'll book profit.
For a moment, one data point which is very important to be mentioned right now is the SIP data point. SIP data for the month of August is coming at 15,813, almost nudging the 16,000 mark. This is a fresh all-time high for SIP, and this is also the 15,000 plus kind of reading for a second straight month. And if you dissect it further, you would see bulk of it are actually going in small cap, mid cap. So who can stand in the face of strong liquidity gush? But before I let you go, Rudra, what's happening on the Adani Group stocks? Strong momentum out there. Yes, there was a promoter buying news coming in two of them. Any trade are you looking at any trade out there? You would avoid Adani Group of stocks right now.
Ajay ji, I'm sure the promoters of Adani Group doesn't buy for a 3-5% kind of a move. I know it is expensive. I also know it has moved up after this news. But still for me, Adani Enterprises looks very good at current level. And who else will know better about the company than the promoter? And promoter buying at these levels also suggests that yes, more steam is left out. But among the pack available in F&O, I would prefer an Adani Enterprise over an Adani Port. But Adani Port can still do good. I won't be surprised to see a 4-digit on Adani Port, that is 1,000 to come very soon. And Adani Enterprises is definitely headed towards higher levels of around 2,750, 2,800 level. No shorting whatsoever against this gigantic move which you are seeing in Adani stock. But I would prefer buying an Adani Enterprise and a hold on Adani Port at current level.
Okay, point taken. Adani Enterprises over Adani Ports, and don't try to short and go against the momentum. Thank you, Rudra, for joining us with that quick take.